In today's video, I will be breaking down how I took one of my clients from $12,000 to over $20,000 in the slowest month of the year, December. And this is all without spending a single dollar on paid advertising. Now, if you don't already know, my name is Nick and I coach detailers on how to book more ceramic coatings for their detailing business. My goal by the end of this video is that you can take this information and start implementing it into your business so you can start booking more ceramic coatings by this time next week. Now, I will be breaking down two things. First, the content strategy that we implemented into his business to start attracting and nurturing these high ticket jobs so that way when he's on a sales call with them, they're already pre-sold. Second, the qualifying process that we go through on these sales calls so that way we can get our prospects to sell themselves on why they want our services, why they need our services, and why our services are important to them. This gets your prospects to sell themselves on why they need your services, making your sales process incredibly easy. So that being said, let's jump right into the video. When it comes to a content strategy, my goal with content is always to provide information on all of the services I have to offer, what the benefits are of those services, what the work quality looks like, what everybody would be skeptical about. And I also want to showcase past clients and past customers who have moved forward with my services. Now, your end goal with content is to build trust and build credibility. People are not going to buy from you unless you're trusted and you're credible. As you build that up, you're also warming up and nurturing these leads. So whether you're running ads or whether you're relying on organic or Google, it doesn't matter. Whenever people land on your profile, your content strategy needs to be optimized and your account needs to be optimized to first brand your business as a high-end brand, someone who installs high-end ceramic coating services. So that way people are associating you with a high-end premium brand. Otherwise, if your business is branded as a mobile detailing business, people will associate you with mobile detailing instead of associating you with high-end ceramic coatings. So make sure that your account is optimized for ceramic coatings. That's going to build a good first impression. That's going to pique their interest for the next 5 seconds, which will allow them to go through your content strategy. This content strategy is strategically placed to, again, inform them on your services, the benefits, the work quality, testimonials, everything that people need to see in order to get put into a buying mindset. One way to figure out a lot of different content ideas is think about the last 10 people who have bought a ceramic coating from you. Now, once you have that, figure out what were all of the trigger points that caused them to move forward with your service specifically. Was it the easy maintenance? Was it the enhanced shine? Was it the peace of mind that their car is protected? Write down all of the trigger points that got these leads to move forward and buy your service. Now, those are going to be all of the different video ideas that you're going to create. So let's say it's easy maintenance. A hook example. Have you been looking for a way to make your car easier to maintain? And then from there, you're basically breaking down how this customer is getting a ceramic coating because they wanted their car to be easier to maintain. You're breaking down all of the different benefits and the process of the service. So now they can see the service you offer, what the work quality looks like, what the process is, and also what the benefits are. And again, that's all information that's basically selling your prospects. Now, they may not move forward just from that one video. It may take them 4 or 5 different touch points before they actually turn into a lead. And that's why consistency is important. You need to make sure you're consistently posting content because if that person happens to follow your account, they need to start seeing this content every single day for the next 4 or 5 days to eventually turn into a lead. So that's the very first step is you need to have a content strategy that's specifically meant to sell your prospects based on all the questions, concerns, or different things they usually need to hear on a sales call. By doing that, it's also going to make your leads way warmer and way more interested. So whenever you get on a sales call with them, it's going to be a way easier close. That's how I have an 82% close rate. It's just because everybody goes through all my content. So my sales process is very easy. Now, once you have the content strategy in place, you have more leads coming in. So now what you need to do is learn how to qualify your prospects and get them even more sold in the first 5 minutes of your sales call. And the way you do that is by asking qualifying questions that are going to get people emotionally attached to your services. An example is most people will say, what kind of car do you have? What color is your car? What are you looking for? Like, they're very basic questions. And when you do that, it's not asking any questions that are getting people emotionally attached to your service. So what you need to do is ask questions like, what made you reach out in particular? And now they're going to open up about why they reached out about the coating. What was it specifically about the coating though? Was it the easy maintenance, the enhanced shine? Get them to elaborate on what it was about the coating that made them want to reach out. You're basically asking deep, open-ended questions. So they're going to elaborate and sell themselves on what specifically it was about the ceramic coating that made them so interested to where they wanted to reach out. And again, they're selling themselves. And you want to do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. What I recommend doing is getting 5 to 10 really good, deep, open-ended questions that you can ask. You don't always have to ask the same questions. What you should do is write down a list of different questions and have them next to you. And then depending on the customer, depending on how they respond, you can pick and choose from the questions based on what fits that sales call the best. Now, once you have that, it's going to make it way easier to get people emotionally attached to the service, and people buy off of emotion. But one thing that's super important is you need to understand how to funnel down through these questions. So like I mentioned in that example, if you ask someone, hey, what made you reach out specifically? And they say the ceramic coating, don't just move on to the next question. Funnel down and dive deeper into what specifically was it about the coating that made them reach out. You want them to repeat it. You want them to tell you why they're reaching out about the coating specifically. Because again, they're going to elaborate. They're going to tell you all the things that were so interesting to them about that service. And what you need to do is remember all of this information, because this is all information that you're going to take, remember, and use when you're building value. And what I mean by building value is when you're basically plugging in how, hey, this is the service that's going to get them to that goal. You're getting people to now purchase off of the value instead of the price. Now that's something we'll cover in another video. This one is more focused towards the questions, but you can't build good value and you can't have a good sales call if you don't do a good job of getting people emotionally attached in the first 5 to 10 minutes of your sales call. So first, use content to get people pre-sold on your services. Warm them up, nurture them, turn them into inbound leads from your social media account. Once you get on the phone with them, then ask really good, deep, open-ended questions for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Get your prospects to sell themselves on why they need the service, why they want it, why it's important to them. And then from there, that's going to set up the rest of your sales call for you. Now, if you want more help on implementing a content strategy like this and implementing a high-ticket sales process so you can have an 80 to 90% close rate, just like I do, I offer a one-on-one coaching program. So we'll work together one-on-one, and I'll teach you everything about organically marketing, content, sales, everything that you need to know in order to increase your close rate. If you want more information on what that training looks like, there's a link in the description below. You can schedule a call with me. We'll hop on a 30-minute call. I'll deep dive in your business. I'll figure out all of the weak points, figure out exactly what you're doing wrong. I'll give you a step-by-step plan of exactly what you need to do in order to hit your goal. And then from there, we can go over what the different coaching options would look like, see if it's something that makes sense for you. Other than that, that is it for this video. If there's any other topics you want me to cover in the future, just comment them down below, and I'll see you in the next video.